everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that KG Outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases brought to you this week once again by Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Use the discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal, and you'll see some of that later on in this very video here. But a big week of weekly purchases, trying to climb out of that hole we've been in since San Diego Comic-Con. So much content, so many videos. That's why the Patreon's good. You got extra videos. You can get to the videos early. Everything over there, which leads us to Patreon, the giveaway this month. It is Sting. He is the traditional Patreon giveaway. However, for the month of October, anybody that signs up for Patreon, be it a free or paid member, link in the description down below, does get entered into a drawing, and I will announce that winner on Patreon early November. So be on the lookout for that. But we do got a giveaway here. 3 figures to 1 Patreon member, free or paid. Patreon, the best way to support this channel and all the content it does bring. 28 videos every single week on this YouTube channel. Even more content on the Patreon YouTube channel memberships. A lot going on every single day between giveaways, bonus videos, Q&As, all the glamour shots, you name it, it's all over there. And then this week, we're going to start a new Patreon exclusive video. It is Buffalo Wild Wings centric. Yes, some of the finest wings you'll ever have. And Todd McFarlane, did you know Buffalo Wild Wings is from Minnesota? When people think chicken wings, they think of Minneapolis. They think of Minnesota. That's what they think of with chicken wings. I don't think they think New York. They definitely don't think of Buffalo, New York. They think Minnesota. But Buffalo Wild Wings, I was lucky enough to get free wings for a year. So my wife, Angie, and I, we're going to try every sauce, every dry rub, and we're going to give our honest review as a special Patreon exclusive video series. We're going to start that this week. So be on the lookout for that. A lot going on Patreon each and every single day. Appreciate the support from everybody over there. But a lot going on this week. I traveled. I was kind of on vacation, kind of not. I wanted to be, but I had to do a couple of projects, so that's the way it is. It's the life I've chosen. I did go to Chicago, went to the United Center this week, got to see P1 Harmony. Oh, man, those up-and-coming Korean kids. Oh, man, let me tell you, it was a great show. But I was scanning the area. I said, where would I like to sit and see Rush next year? Now, they're playing 4 shows at the United Center, trying to decide where do I want to sit. Probably the nosebleeds with those prices. But you wait to the last minute, that's where the deals do come in. Just like I did this week with the Evil Dead movie. The first Evil Dead showed at a theater here, but they had a full orchestra playing along to the score. Waited to the last minute, got 2 tickets for $35. Got to get a deal. Going to try to do that with Rush. Don't think I'm going to score $35 tickets next week, but we'll see. We'll see. Or next year, I should say. But if I can get in that Rush show for, $200 a ticket, I'll be pretty happy at that. And I think that'll be doable with one of those 4 nights in Chicago. Sound off if you're headed to Rush in Chicago, or if you're going to hit Rush in any of those bands next year on their big tour. And yesterday, unfortunately, got some terrible news that a favorite here on the channel, and one of my favorite musicians is Ace Frehley. He did pass away yesterday, being Friday, or Thursday. I'm filming this on Friday. There's all secrets out there. But Thursday, he did pass away. And the crazy thing is, you'll see in the podcast this week, if you watch the video version of the podcast, you'll find out the exact, I said, I just got some bad news. Now, I got a little bit of a early heads up about the news, but unfortunately, that's when I just found out. So you'll see me on camera. I don't say anything, but I say I just got some unfortunate news. And that is the time I got that. So that shook me in the podcast a little bit. But man, oh man, a lot of good memories from Ace. I'll never say Ace was my favorite musician of all time, but man, he was up there. He was always my favorite member of Kiss. Always enjoyed his solo career. Went and saw him in concert many, many times. I love the Spaceman. A good friend of the channel, Jeff George. That's his idol. That's his hero. That's his good friend. So Jeff's on the inside of the Ace thing. Obviously taking it very hard. I know how I felt when, George Harrison died, Lemmy died. Those were 2 heavy, heavy losses for me. Ace is a heavy loss as well. Coming on the heels of John Lodge and Ozzy Osbourne, 3 of my favorite musicians dying in the last month or so. So it's a bad, bad scene this time of year. But man, Ace was a lot of good memories. And one of the biggest memories I have from Ace, and you've seen it on the channel here, is my young daughter, Emma, 3-4 years ago, for whatever reason, became a huge Ace fan. Not because of me, not anything. She heard New York Groove, went down that rabbit hole, got into it herself. And you can imagine me being a guy that likes his musicians and his artists. her latching on to Ace was a big, big deal. I said, oh, we need Ace figures. We need this. Took her to Ace in concert. Jeff was nice enough. Shout out to Jeff. We'll always have this memory that he got us backstage to hang out with Ace and to meet Ace. And Emma got to talk to him, give him a hug. Just very, very cool for Emma. Cool for me as well. But a memory Emma will always have for her whole life. So tough to lose your idols, tough to lose some of these people, but it's crazy. All the artists from the 60s, 70s, even the 80s, they're getting older and they're going to pass away. And it's just the unfortunate truth. And it was very tough for me this week. Obviously, Ace had not passed away by this point, but in town here locally, Paul McCartney was in concert. Now, I've seen Paul 3 times, one of my absolute favorite artists of all time. Love Paul's solo career from Wings onward. And I was a big fan of the Beatles, as everybody else was as well. Wanted to go see Paul McCartney, but I'm a softie, and I gave up, and I bought tickets for my wife and kids, and I had to escort them to the United Center in Chicago to go that. And I was like, I just can't believe. Tell 15-year-old Kyle that he's skipping Paul McCartney for a K-pop concert, paying more money to go to the K-pop concert, driving 5.5 hours, getting a hotel, all the Chicago traffic fun. Kyle would never believe that back then. But here we are. This is Kyle's life now. But the wife and kids were very excited for that. That is one of their favorite bands. So I took the L, but then now I look at it, I told them multiple times, I don't think I'm ever going to get to see Paul McCartney ever again, unfortunately. He's 83 years old. I don't think he's coming back to town anytime soon. It's probably the last chance I would ever have to see him. And I passed that up for my kids who will be able to see this band, P1 Harmony, probably every single year for the next 50 years. Who are we fooling? They're not going to be around 50 years from now. Oh, it is what it is. But shout out to Ace. Tough week for musician fans. A lot of guitarists, a lot of music fans. Of course, Kiss, one of the biggest groups of all time, especially in popularity. It's a tough one. It's the first of the core members to pass away. So shout out to the spaceman up there in space right now. So there it is. That's the housekeeping. Now it's time to bring my wife in. It's time for the question of the week. Howdy, partners. Howdy, partners. We're back again with the question of the week. And I got my hat on. Yes.
Oh, my God.
You weren't expecting that. But yes, I did find this hat. I forgot I had this over here. I said, you know what? This is a perfect ensemble. I got my monster Western kind of shirt going on. Got the old cowboy hat on. And
save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Okay, we'll try that later. And of course, we got the male girl here, the old buxom, vivacious Angie, looking extra buxom here today. Getting ready for her big pickleball match here tonight. Mm-hmm. Angie, I'm going to be rooting you on from the sidelines. I hope you're not too offended that I'll be editing a video while I'll be watching you play pickleball. But man, that back and forth. Legend of the pickleball courts is one Angie over here. But Angie, thanks for coming for the question of the week. How you doing?
I'm fine.
How you doing, partner?
How are you?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm stressed out this week. What's new? It's the theme of my life.
And you're on vacation, which is like crazy.
I'm on vacation. I'm working, and that's just the way it goes. But I'm trying to get action figure reviews done. I'm trying to get things done around the house, which isn't happening this week.
And I'm putting I never put the pressure on you, but I'm putting it on you a little.
Yeah, because we got to get that Christmas tree.
We have this front room that I like to decorate for Christmas, and it's a mess.
It's a mess. So I got to move some stuff around. I got to get stuff. And I was planning on doing that all week. But Angie, you can't be too mad at me. And I don't think you are, because you got to go to the P1 Harmony concert. So you took about 2 days plus out of my plans to move some things around. So unfortunately, I also got some yard work to do. I need to mow the yard as well. So there's a lot going on, partners, on the old OK Corral around here.
I saw the mother-in-law's trim the bushes while we were gone.
Oh,
well,
yes.
I need to text her. Thank you for that. I hate doing that.
I already did. I already said thank you.
Pruned them for us.
Pruned the bush. And you've been... how's your bush pruning going?
It's like...
Where's it at?
It's trimmed.
It's trimmed, neat and trim.
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you.
Landing.
Yeah, it is. It's landing. It's landing. Well, Angie, it's time for the question of the week. But before we get into the question of the week, I got to give a special shout out, as I got a message on Messenger this week. I showed it to you, I think, and it really popped me, because I was just telling it. I was watching Tosh.0, the podcast. You know where this is going.
I wondered where this is.
And I was like, man, I love this stuff. I remember wanting to be a falconer when I was a little kid. I thought Raptor was one of the coolest shows. Like, how cool would it be to have a falcon that does your bidding, and hawks and stuff? I thought it was one of the coolest things. And then Tosh had a podcast on it. I was saying, how cool is this? This is what I need to do with my life. I need to be hunting with the land with the falcon. But lo and behold, that next day, I get a message out of the blue from Aaron Steve. Now, I don't know if I can trust Aaron Steve, because he's got 2 first names. Always dangerous. But he sent me a picture, and here it is. It's him training a hawk as he's watching my episode.
Is it a hawk or a falcon?
It was a hawk.
Okay.
But hawk, falcon, not to him it's offensive. To us it's interchangeable, I'm sure. But I said, holy cow, I can't believe what is going on right here. How cool is it?
It looked like it wanted to just like gouge his eyes out, even though he's probably trained it from birth.
Yep. But I was like, man, what are the odds of that? I'm just telling Angie how cool it'd be to falconer. And then somebody messages me like, oh, look at I'm watching your channel, and I'm training my new hawk right here. What a weird coincidence. And you know what Angie always tells me? Angie, you know what you always say about coincidences? There's no such thing. She says it's just convergences. That's what you always say, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw that.
I don't think I've ever said convergences.
I think you got that tattooed on your lower back.
I don't even think I just said it right.
You got that. I think you got that tattooed on your lower back. I see it all the time. But Angie, it's time for the question of the week. Are you ready for this? And this week in a plot twist.
They're a little wordy.
We got two questions this week. So shout out to everybody who wants to be the question of the week. Keep your questions coming, and keep them coming over there on the Kyle Peterson Show podcast, the sleeper podcast, if you ask me. And check that out as well. There's a lot going on that podcast. A little bit more shenanigans over there. Not as much figure stuff over there as we do know. But Angie,
just my figure.
Just your figure. That's right. So take it away with the question of the week on that note.
All right. Jonathan Hodap, 8735. Question of the week: with the year's worth of Buffalo Wild Wings, the real question is, have you ever put your business card in the jar at the pizza places to get free pizza for a year? And if you want, would you get the same type of pizza every time? What would you switch it up to?
So a bit of a two-part question here. Now, I'm a guy that's been on the road a lot of time, and I love a little time on the road, as we know.
I didn't even know that's what the business card thing was for.
Yeah, so most restaurants, especially mom and pop restaurants, have a thing. Throw your business card in there, win pizza for a year, or win a pizza party, or there's always some kind of shenanigans going on there. And I learned my lesson very quick. And I remember,
so dumb. I thought that was like a networking thing or something.
Oh, it kind of is, but it's never about the free pizza. What the whole scheme of this thing is here is they put that bowl there, people throw their business cards in there, and some company says, hey, I have like a timeshare pitch or insurance pitch or whatever it may be. And they pay that mom and pop company and say, hey, we're going to buy 20 pizzas.
Selling you a gym membership.
Yes. It's that whole fiasco. And I remember going back, story time with Kyle here, Angie. Way back when I graduated college and got my first job, and remember how excited I was to get my own business cards. I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. I was like, I got a business card. Can you believe that? I got business cards to pass out?
They sent you a whole box, didn't they?
They did, a whole box, and I still have them to this day. Maybe I should start sending out Patreon members my
funny.
business card. There you go. But very crazy that I had business cards. I remember just being like, oh, hey, Dad, you want one of this? And you know who was really tickled to get one of my business cards? My grandma. My grandma. I gave her one. Oh, Kyle. Oh, my gosh. I know where this is going. And she put it right up on the refrigerator, and it was there till the day she died. And then she would collect all of the business cards as I got promoted and did different things. And she had them all up there on the refrigerator. So it was always... I knew she appreciated it, but always loved a good business card. So, of course, you can imagine young Kyle right out of college traveling and eating lunches in places, and pizza places were a big part of that. Man, let me throw that little business card in there. You know I was there. Did I ever win anything? No. I never won anything ever. Did I get calls from solicitors wanting me to switch insurance companies to do stuff? Yep. Yes, I did. So then I learned my lesson real quick. Oh my gosh, that's why they got these things here, so they can get my stuff in there. And you see it at like the fairgrounds and stuff. Want to win a free hot tub? We get that kind of stuff all the time. It just drives me crazy. So it grinds my gears. And I was really hoping for free pizza, free Mexican, something like that. Never got that, but got a lot of those solicitors calling me. So I didn't like that so long. But let's play along that I did win. And I got free pizza for a year, which, oh my gosh, I don't know. Could I handle that? I don't know.
Oh, God, I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Solo.
I could handle it, though. You know me, I can handle anything, can't I, Angie? Yeah. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. I can handle this one. I can handle anything.
I should be the one saying I can handle anything.
No, yeah,
that sounded a little.
You can usually 2 hands it takes you, but you can.
You're like, I can take it all.
I can take it all. Yeah, Todd and I for the couch. High five, virtual. Todd and me, we practice on the couch a lot, of course. But the crazy thing on that pizza is I would definitely not eat the same pizza all the time. Now, I like I always say my pizza place, whenever I go to a pizza place, I start with sausage pepperoni. If you can kill a good sausage pepperoni, I move on. I try some of the wilder fare. But if you can't hit sausage and pepperoni, I'm most likely going somewhere else. There's enough options in the pizza world. I'll go somewhere else. But if I had free for a year, I'd run the menu. I'd run through the menu. I'd do the whole thing. I'd be taking it up. I'd be scoring throughout that. So I would try everything eventually, I think is what I would do. But Angie, what would you do? What? Huh?
I would do anything. I would try.
I know you'd try anything.
We never get Hawaiian. I would probably do something weird like that. Or
Hawaiian, I only eat if it's on a buffet. I would never order straight Hawaiian. I'll take one slice and just say, yeah, this isn't the best. It's edible, but nah.
I would just try to like make something crazy, like with Alfredo and like pepperoni and jalapenos and something crazy.
Yeah,
like
I guess
a concoction.
I guess I was. What? What? I was thinking more along the lines of just trying the menu, but I didn't even think about that. A pizza place, you can do whatever you want.
You'd have to go off menu for 300. What?
Yeah,
52 pizzas.
Yeah, 52. Yeah. Well, I know you'll order off the menu, both sides of the menu, as some would say. I know you. But yeah, you're right. I would probably try some crazy stuff. I don't know if I get as crazy as you. I would be mixing like marinara and Alfredo or something with ranch.
I bet that'd actually be good at the same time.
I don't know, but I would definitely switch it up. That's a lot of pizza to eat sausage pepperoni every single day. So I would mix it up a little bit.
We love taco.
Oh, yeah, I love tacos.
I'm new to the jalapeno game, so I'd be throwing jalapenos on.
Yeah. Jalapeno pepperoni's pretty good every once in a while. I like a meat lover's pizza. I don't like a plain cheese. Meat lovers. And I don't like plain cheese. That just is cheese
I'd be
bread.
getting the meat sweats quick.
Yeah, you would. You can only handle so much meat. I know how you operate.
You were just telling him I can handle it all.
Well, I know.
Or no, you were saying you can handle it.
I can handle it all, of course.
I get meat stuff.
You can handle 2 hands of meat. I know you. I've seen you with just pepperonis and stuff. But yeah, I try all kinds of stuff. So anyways, that's the thing. I would definitely switch it up, but I don't foresee me winning free pizza. However, in a plot twist, have free Buffalo Wild Wings for the year. First video we filmed last night, honey garlic wings. So be on the lookout for that, you Patreon members and YouTube channel members. Exclusive content. You'll want to see Angie taking the bone, the whole thing. But the plot twist, there's another one of those Buffalo Wild Wings opening up 1st of November. Do I dare wait in line again? If I only have to wait an hour.
Oh my gosh, can we even do it?
Can we do that?
We thought we would kill this one and we're struggling.
We're struggling. And that's farther away. That's the bad thing. But can you imagine free wings for a year from 2 different locations?
Oh my God. Too much.
Oh, got to get a deal, folks. Got to get a deal. And maybe I'll take somebody out for wings. Who knows? But Angie, it's time. We got one more question. Let's get into it. What's the next question? It's a long one.
All right.
Settle in.
Travis Garland, 1771. Question. Hi, Kyle. Love the channel and the podcast. OG viewer and subscriber. We are in similar fields for our day jobs. So I have a question. How do you manage your diet and exercise routine? How do you manage it? While traveling so much for work, I operate a chain of 32 grocery stores in the Carolinas and travel about 7,000 miles a month in the car. I am not getting any younger and want to continue to manage my diet and body, but find that hard to do while on the road so much. Love some tips if you have them. Thanks in advance.
I don't know if I got much tips because I don't work out like I used to. I don't work out at all anymore. And that's why I'm shrinking away. I'm the incredible shrinking man. And I absolutely hate it. Every time I go to a meeting,
I'm going to be bigger than you.
I travel and I see people and people you see once a year or every couple of years or whatever. And I go to these different states and everybody, it never fails. Geez, Kyle, you're shrinking down. What happened? Oh, you just lose a bunch of weight. I'm like, no, I'm losing muscle by the day. It's disappearing. I need to get back in the gym.
There used to be like 50 pounds between us. Now what is it? Like maybe 30?
I think you're about 50 pounds more than me now. Maybe. I don't know. But I am shrinking down. I'm shrinking. These guns used to be like up here. They used to be like up there. But now I'm shrinking down. I don't have the time to work out between YouTube and my job. I always tell them, I'm actually dying. I don't know if you guys know this. Every day I get closer to death. That's why I tell people. I said, I'm shrinking. I don't work out anymore like I used to. I used to be in the gym. Back when I had the cushy jobs, I was in the gym 3 times a day. Then I went down to 2 times a day.
That's crazy.
And whoa, where's that hand? Oh my gosh, where's that going? No. But I used to work out a ton and now I just don't have the time.
I've been begging you to work out this whole year.
I need to.
That's another thing you need to clean up so we can get our exercise routine.
I need to get all this stuff back and I was planning on doing that this week. So I need to get back and I'm not lifting heavy anymore. And people say, oh, you can lift heavy or whatever.
See, I want to lift heavy.
I permanently injured my body, my elbows, my knees, and my back. I feel I'm paying for lifting heavy for all those years when you were young. And now I'm paying that. I'm going to do just light weights. I'm going to do like body weight exercises. And I guess that's my best advice to somebody like this. Now, this is wild here. 32 grocery stores. I mean, that's not a ton of groceries. I travel 400 grocery stores. But this 7,000 miles on a month in a car is wild. I think The height, I did maybe 3,500 miles. So he's basically doubling me. That's a lot of miles in a car. I hope you have a company car, my friend. That's a lot. But yeah, not getting younger. So I guess the key is, I mean, you don't have time. If you're driving that much plus a full day job, there's not a lot of time to work out. So now you're probably staying in a lot of hotel rooms. I would hit the elliptical. I always preferred the elliptical myself.
Well, you really just have to avoid carbs.
And that's
you have
what I was
to
going
do
to
really
say.
high protein because you're not getting any movement.
You got to be careful on those road snacks. Now, beef jerky is probably the way to go. And that was always my road snack back in the day. I'm sure
I always get hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, that's dangerous too.
Well, if they're prepackaged, they're I think they're like bleach washed, so they don't actually smell like stinky.
I love a hard-boiled. I love a hard-boiled egg, but I hate the ones at the gas station or whatever because they always have a chemically outside taste. I don't like it.
The ones from Target are good, but he's probably not by those.
Yeah, so I don't know, but beef jerky is the king right there. I mean, you can get like some grilled chicken at a gas station or wherever, Chick-fil-A, wherever you need to go.
You got to watch your sodium too. That stuff's so fun.
But sodium, everybody gives sodium a bad name, but if you drink enough liquids, enough water to flush it all out of your system, that's the key.
You don't drink any water.
I'm allergic to water. I can't believe it. I am, but I'm not allergic to Monster. I'm not. I like to drink Monster.
Well, there's some filtered water in there.
It's
actually pretty carbonated, which is bad.
And now one of the things too, everyone's like, oh, you got to get 12 glasses a day or whatever. Well, there's water in food. There's water in other things too. You get a Monster, there's some water in that. So that all counts. I heard that from a dietitian.
Is that the new? Did they change it from 8 to 12?
No, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be double your body weight or something in ounces a day or something. I don't know what it is, but I obviously drink your water. Oh, I know. You'd be wearing an adult diaper. But beef jerky, stuff like that. Obviously, most people know what's healthy and what's not, but it's tough when you're on the road, especially when you're in these podunk towns and you ride in on your horse. There's not a lot of options. You got like meatloaf and you got mashed potatoes and gravy. It gets tough to do, but obviously if you're in a hotel,
he needs a stretching routine.
I tell you what, nothing did better than me. Cheap plug for DDP yoga. Like when that first started, I had hurt my back and shoulder and my bicep really bad. And I literally could not lift at all. And I said, you know what? I got to do something. I'm going to do that. And I did that for a long time. And I'm still pretty flexible. I'm probably more flexible than you.
Yeah.
I could get you into some pretzel positions.
Brutal.
But I'm pretty flexible. So the DDP, I really felt good doing that. It feels a little bit lame to do yoga, especially when you like to lift. But I think once I get started again, and I was hoping to have this done already. I was hoping to have a good start on this week to get some of the exercise room back. Long story short, not going to happen with everything going on this week, but hopefully I get back there in the next month or two, something like that, and we can get back on the horse again. And, I rode my horse, whole trigger's parked out back. But I really do think some of the body weight exercises, high reps, low weight, I think is the key. And if you're traveling a lot in a hotel, rubber bands, like the band weights, I used to do those every once in a while. I used to take those in my package and stuff. And I'm not a big fan of going to the gym. I like a home gym better. And so it just depends what you end up liking. But you definitely going to have to watch what you eat, especially if you're sitting in the car that much. You don't want to be dialing down a regular full throttle Mountain Dews on the regular. That's for sure. And I guess you got to be careful at the old Cracker Barrel and Applebee's and Chili's at night too. You got to order a little healthier. So I don't know. Maybe get
good protein bars and protein shakes out.
I recommend chicken breast and maybe 2 breasts. That's what I've always been a fan of. 2 breasts
and a wing.
That's a favorite of mine. And a wing. Throw a wing in as well. That was one of my go-to orders. So a lot of options out there, but more bad options than good. So get a little bit long-winded, but kudos to this guy living that grocery life. I'm here, yeah. I know it. I know what you're up to out there. It's not for the faint of heart. People think it is. It's not. He's a real one out there. He's a real one. It's a real one out there. Angie, that is the questions of the week. I think we've said enough. We've went on almost 17 minutes right here. More of this nonsense.
Shocking. We're talking about food the entire
More about this nonsense in the podcast each and every week. It is the Kyle Peterson Show, and Angie will be there. And Angie, this one's already in the can. We already got that episode done. Our next one will be our special Halloween episode. I got my costume in. Haven't tried it on yet, but we'll be wearing that. Angie's going to be in full-on costume. Just wait till we see this. Hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully it fits. I don't know. If you get a bunch of pizza or something.
They only had a medium, and I can tell you right now I'm not a medium.
No, she's
so
not a medium.
So we'll see.
You're
see how she looks.
You're a 4X, if I'm not mistaken. 4X.
I'm a true large.
Large Marge. There it is. Large Marge. So there it is, Angie. Question of the week. Are you ready for some pickleball tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be ready for some pickleball. Maybe we'll film that. That'd be a good video. I know you're going to win tonight. I know it's a good tournament. It's a money tournament too. So you need to bring home some bacon. We got some bills to pay.
Oh my God.
So there it is, Angie. That's the question of the week. You want to be the question of the week? Send it in the comments down below. And that's it. Now it's time, Angie, for the weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases, and got some big boxes for round number 1. So round number 1 going to be a quick one. No championship rounds this week, I don't think, but we're going to dive into it. Round number 1, we're going to start off hot. Already unboxed it on the channel. Mondo, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Oh, baby. You know he's my favorite Universal monster. It's the Halloween season. Very excited to get this through the door. Kind of forgot about it in all honesty, but did get the monster, the Creature from the Black Lagoon through the door from Mondo. Also got Evil Lynn. Ooh, looking only like an Evil Lynn could look on the front here. Looking very good. Got her from through the door via Mondo this week. Also got another lady. It's ladies' night. We get the Goddess, of course, Tila in a different look. I guess, you know, she's been around this look for a long time, back to the mini comics, but looking very good. The old green Goddess through the door this week. So 3 Mondo figures, very expensive figures, as we do know. And last ones for round number 1. I don't know why I keep accidentally ordering these, but now I have 3 of these in my collection. It is Will Ospreay. I guess I ordered from Jazzwares Vault. I thought I ordered an extra set of Sting, but I guess I ordered Ospreay. I don't know what happened and they messed up. I got to go look at my receipt, check that out, but I got extra ones, and I need to unbox this still. I am very behind on some of my unboxings. I got the latest WWE Elite Wave that I got a while back. Defining Moment set coming this week, it sounds like. So I got a lot of wrestling unboxings to do this weekend, so be on the lookout for those. Much earlier for Patreon. There's only so much stuff you can put out on YouTube, but I'll get them up on there on Patreon, including Will Ospreay. I got one for my minimum card set, one for my loose, and one extra that maybe we'll do a giveaway. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that is round number 1. Time for round number 2. All right, time for round number 2 of weekly purchases. I got a little trade action in this week because I was on the road, as I mentioned. I did come across some Toonie Terror figures that local collector, good friend of the channel, Dougie, was after. And we did a little trade ski action, as he did have this, so I traded in those. We worked it out. I did get a Skeletor mask. Perfect for the Halloween season here. Did trade that, so I got Skeletor through the door this week. Looking pretty good. Maybe use that in a future video. We'll see what happens there. Also got some big rubber guys through the door this week. We got Rick, the model, the Martel. Got to have that. Also got Arn Anderson, AA, an all-time favorite of mine. Can't have Arn without Tully. Well, I guess you could. We did for many years. But we got Arn and Tully together. And last but not least, the First Lady of Wrestling, Missy Hyatt with removable skirt. So we'll dive into these ones. We'll unbox those on the channel, so stay tuned for some more big rubber guys. Have to imagine Demolition right around the corner. Can't wait to dive into those. And then we're going to dive into some Marvel Legends. Got the Hellfire Gala Walmart exclusive through the door this week. So maybe you did as well from Walmart. Yes, they do ship pre-orders from time to time. Also got Daredevil through the door via Target. Daredevil Born Again, Punisher. How about that? Through the door this week. Also found this at Walmart on my travels, another one of the Ghost Vipers. So I wanted to have multiples of these in my collection. Man, I'm not a big fan of the $60 price point, though. I don't know anybody that is, but I did pick up another one of those. Maybe get another one down the line. We'll see what happens. And then I did get a delivery from Hasbro Pulse right before I started filming this. Storm Wolverine 2-pack from X-Men 97 and Cyclops Jean Grey from X-Men 97. I think we're going to see more of these suits in the future, in the next season. I think it was the last episode we saw them in these, if I'm not mistaken. But that is round number 2 of weekly purchases. We got one more round. We got round number 3. All right, time for the 3rd and final round of weekly purchases this week. And we're going to kick it off with a little NECA. I did get Granny Bebop and Baby Rocksteady from the Cartoon Turtles line, a classic line as we know. Also got the Vacation Turtles, a twist on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Got both of these sets here, upside down, of course it is. Got that one there, looking good. And got that one here. So I got both of these. Now I had to throw a huge fit at Target and it didn't work out my way. Well, it wasn't that big of a fit, but I was pretty perturbed as at Target this week had a buy 2, get 1 equal or lesser value NECA, a big sign in all their sections. And I went to the register and I didn't find all of these. I found the Granny Bebop one in one of these packs. And then I did grab this Captain Spaulding because that was the only thing there I thought I needed. More on that in a second. I went there and I said, hey, I'm going to buy these 3. Great. I'll get this Captain Spaulding for free is what it is. Go to the register, nothing rang up correctly. And they said, oh yeah, it's not on NECA. And I'm like, your sign literally says it's on NECA. For whatever reason, it was a whole mess. They called the manager over. They should have honored it. They didn't. They said, sorry, we're not going to do that. That's a mistake somewhere in the system. So for whatever reason, these new turtles aren't a part of that sale. I don't know. Well, Then I find out online I could get these cheaper with the Target Rewards Circle, all that kind of stuff. And then in a plot twist, this Captain Spaulding I picked up, it's been so long since I've seen it at retail, I thought it was new. And then I was like, I feel like I have this. And lo and behold, I have this in my collection. So I'm taking this one back, got these ones offline. Just a mess. So I don't know what Target's up to there. I don't know why they didn't honor that. Just a fiasco. Huge sign. All NECA Kid Robot stuff. Come on, Target. What are we doing? What are we doing? And what are we doing with Toonie Terrors? Mentioned it earlier. Here's the Invisible Man. Picked him up this week. The last one I was missing, part of the collection. Unboxed a lot of Toonie Terrors on Kyle Peterson 2.0 as of late. Perfect for the Halloween season. And speaking of perfect for Halloween season, found this at my local Walmart. We unboxed the Bloody Edition about a week ago. Now we got the bloody or the non-bloody edition to unbox. So we'll do the comparisons between both those. Art the Clown Terrifier through the door. A little McFarlane action. How about Batman Incorporated this week? Found that through the door. Very good looking figure. Also found Black Mask as Batman. Found this in the Quad Cities on my tour this week. So very cool. Very Halloween themed. We'll unbox that on the channel. Talked about it earlier in Toy News yesterday. Ghost Spawn. Found this before he even officially announced it, but found this in the Quad Cities as well. Cool to see Ghost Spawn through the door. How about this one? Still haven't come across the wave, but I did get my McFarlane store order in. I did get my Penguin Commandos, a favorite set of mine when I was a kid. Very cool to get this again all these years later. Penguin Commandos through the door. And then once again, the Quad Cities paying off. I found my third edition of this one. I found 6 of these in the Quad Cities. I never see these in my area, but months ago, I found 2 of them in the Quad Cities. Go back this week, found 6 of them. Unfortunately, no Platinum Edition. Would have loved to have seen that. That would have been amazing because I just did a video, the Kyle Peterson Top 10 this week on the channel, celebrating 54,000 subscribers. And it was my hardest to find figures, and the Platinum Strange Lives of Superman was on that list. I have yet to see that in store still, but I found plenty of the ones here. And then we do got a little bit more McFarlane through the door from Walmart. Nightmare Edition, Superman Nightmare Edition here. What is that? One of 5,700 pieces. Oh man, couldn't make it 6,000. 5,700. Got that through the door as well. Nightmare Superman. It's all about Halloween, the spooky season. We got that going on. Did get a delivery from KWK. I did get some prototypes of a future figure we'll unbox here on the channel. It is the Berserker ×3. How about that? Maybe we'll look into these in a separate video. I'm getting backed up on these videos, as we do know, but I did get 3 versions of the Berserker through the door. Can't wait to dive into these a little bit, take them a little bit more, run through their paces. Very cool that they went the way of the original Berserker, how he was supposed to be in the Texas tornado pose, and finally brought that back years later. That makes a lot of sense instead of the Hacksaw Jim Duggan one we got once upon a time. So shout out to KWK. And last but not least, a little bit of a collection accessory. I always do walk through. So when I walk through a Walmart, I usually either walk straight to the NECA section or the regular toy aisle. And then I go to the NECA section or the toy aisle. So I go toy aisle, NECA, and as I'm leaving the store, I'll go through the clearance section. Well, sometimes you find stuff, most of the time you don't. But I did find some risers this week there. $7 on clearance. So I ended up buying like 4 of these for my collection. Not sure where they're going, but I know I'll find a home for them somewhere. So I did pick some of those up. Always love to get stuff for my collecting on cheap on the clearance like those. So always on the lookout for some risers. You never know when you might need them, especially clear risers. So I was happy to come across those this week as well. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. I forgot a little stack of figures, so I got to get those in here. I did get something out of a Facebook group. Got to give a special shout out to Chad. Basically cost plus shipping for this one. One of the ones I've been missing for a while. It is Jake the Snake. Superstars, of course, the Chase Edition. Now, I'm trying to track down another one to open, but this will be my min unpunched one, at least for now. Very cool that Chad had that. He was selling it at a very reasonable price in a Facebook group. So shout out to Chad. Now, unbox this already. Macho Man Heels and Faces. Check out the review if you missed it. That was through the door this week. Also found on clearance for $7.49. It is one Billy Gunn. Going to be great for customs. Might even pick up another one of these. I might get the old Cowboys, the old Outlaws, old Kyle and Todd. Maybe we've got some custom work to do out of those two. We'll see what happens. And then last but not least, for whatever reason, most of my stores did not put this one to clearance, but I found one store that finally did, and I got it for $12.49. It is the Great Muda. Now, this Muda I am going to display without all of his regalia on. So I'm going to display one full on, one with bared down to his wrestling gear. So got to do that. Got to get a deal on these legend ones. Now I'm guessing we're going to have the slow wait, but I'm going to wait for the click set to go on clearance, and I will get a second set of those. Wait and see when those do go down, but I fully expect those ones to drop pretty hard in the future. So we'll see. We'll see. But there it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the clock. That is it. Looking around. That is it. That is the pickups this week. Enough to keep me busy, that's for sure. What did you pick up this week? What did you find out there? What did you get through the door? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and my other YouTube channel. Dangerously close to 55,000 subscribers. It's the slow march, but we'll get there. Subscribe if you have not already. Check out SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. You guys know that's my podcast each and every single week. It is The Kyle Peterson Show, where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?